But what am I saying to you? I'm laying out the knit and the grit of the community. And what I'm telling you is, this is not a choice. Do you know me being a trans illusionist, aka cross-dresser, was not a choice? I put on my first dress at 8. 8 years old. I put on my first wig at 10. My grandmother's wig. Dancing in the house to the legendary Tina Turner. This wasn't a choice. I just learned how to be fully 100% myself and live a fully self-expressed life. There are not very many parts of me that I hide because I realize all of these things, these little idiosyncrasies about myself are worth money. And they're worth money because people in the world like this. I don't care how many people try to say, oh no, that's weird. You're a weirdo. You shouldn't dress like that. That's very sissy. Baby, that's okay what you think, but I don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree. And could you stop staring at me the way that you do when I walk by? Your mesmerizing eyes are blinding my path. The way that you're wanting me and salivating is blinding my path. I have to use rain boots because the pre-cum is so thick on the ground when I walk by that I can't get anywhere. But I digress. Not going to tell you about all the men that want me anymore. But being gay is not a choice. It's not a choice. How many times you have to hear, it's not a choice. We wouldn't choose to be bullied for the rest of our lives, murdered, and then end up dying and going to hell and burning for all eternity if you subscribe to religion? No, we wouldn't do that to ourselves. We have no choice. You know how many of us try to commit suicide? I'm one of those. You know how many of us tried to take ourselves out? I was on suicide watch in college when I was like, oh, no, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. And thank God for that university caring enough to watch me, put me somewhere safe so that I could get the help that I needed. Because I wasn't getting that help from my family. My family is riddled with mental illness, but yet I'm the only one and my nephew's the only one that's had therapy. Okay. Nobody else feels it's a problem. All right. Lay on, player. Do you. But this was not a choice. This does more than pay my bills. And I want you to understand this. This does more than pay my bills. This fulfills my fantasy. This is my fantasy. And I don't have to share this fantasy with anyone that I don't want to share it with because this is my fantasy. It's mine. All that you see and all that you know about the Queen of Shade, she did in private and just decided to turn on a camera and let you see what she was doing in the privacy of her own bedroom. And I'm so glad that I did, because I would not have the courage, the strength, and the stamina to stand up and be myself if it wasn't for those dress rehearsals behind the scenes. I thank the divine for that. The hormone part was crazy till I discovered porn and Black men, but Latin men too, melanated men, period. But all those dress rehearsals were so beneficial to me because they allowed me to practice so that I could get the main event right. She always slays. New hair, who's this? New eyeshadow with glitter in it. Who's this? Who's this? Oh, It's me. It's me. Born Kali Amor Payton, turned Bjorn Dufault, then dubbed the Queen of Shade. And my angelic name is Zaya, which means one who is strong. It's already a phoenix, but then to be given an angelic name too was very beautiful. It was given to me by my ancestors, the ancestral plane. If you don't know that I'm a shaman, oracle, prophet, seer, healer, clairvoyant, and many, 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 many other things, Phoenix and Fury, look it up. I've said it enough. But it was a blessing to be given all of these manifestations of myself. I learned to be 100% myself all the time. I am fully self-expressed. I don't hide or have to hide anything. And it is the fact that I turned on my camera and started letting the world see what I was doing behind closed doors that made me a star. Listen, you don't have to be gay. You don't have to be bi. You don't have to be a member of the community. You do not have to be a card-carrying member of the community. This goes for straight people as well. Just commit to being who you want to be. If you commit to being who you want to be, people have no choice or option but to treat you how you want to be treated, because you're being who you want to be. I find one of the influencers that I follow, I don't want to say his name wrong, but it's something like Merkaba or something like that, Merkaba. But he said, we are living in a dispensation of time where we can actually become millionaires from our bedroom, where we can manifest our evolutions of ourselves right from our boudoirs. And he was so right, because I became the billion-dollar voice from my bedroom. So much clothes in here now. I got to get out of here. Got to move to the next level, new home. I need 2 or 3 rooms just for my clothes, boy clothes and girl clothes included. I got boxes of girl clothes, Joe. But that's all right. I'll deal with that. To each his own. But I didn't want to let this Pride Month go by without telling everyone, because there's hate inside of the community. The masculines hate the feminines, and or the trans, the gays hate the feminine, gays hate the trans. Listen, we're all a part of this diaspora. We need to love each other. And we need to understand each other. And we don't need to hate on any of us, because on the day of the great arms war between gays and straights, they're not going to care if you're a mask or a femme. We're going to need you on that front line, that battle line. Because it's already begun. Legislation was just the first step. It's already begun. The war has already begun between straights and gays, which is unfortunate because they need us and we need them. It's perspective. But the powers that be don't want us to get along. The powers that be, and I'm talking about wealthy people that run all of this stuff, the jobs and everything that you have now when you take your taxes and stuff. I'm talking about all of this commerce. We talk about Rockefeller creating a workforce and touching the school system, and you only being taught what he wanted you to learn so that you be a good worker later. No matter if you made 6 figures or not, or higher, you're still a workhorse. It's a lot going on. Yeah, I just said a lot, didn't I? Yeah, I did. But it doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is your authenticity. What matters is you being 100% who you were created to be and never being ashamed of a single part of you. I'm not ashamed of a single part of me. I never will be ever again. When I was young, I hated myself. I did, because everybody else hated me. And I wondered why I couldn't change. I wanted to change so much. I tried to fast and pray and literally almost died because I wouldn't eat anything. I got so emaciated and it just was really bad. And I was like, I'm not going to eat anything until God makes me straight. And I almost died at my own hand. Only for God to come to me in Paris at 22 and say, baby, you're gay. Accept it.